Hey everyone, welcome back to Basilchic. I'm Stephanie, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to put up Christmas garland. So this past Sunday was a lazy Sunday for Mike and I thought it was a good time to get out all my Christmas stuff and start putting up my own Christmas garland. And I asked you guys on Instagram if you wanted to see how I did it, and I got an overwhelming yes. So I am here delivering on that, showing you how I do it. I also forgot to totally film an intro for this, so I'm doing it now. So without further ado, here is how I put up Christmas garland. You can see I already hung all my garland on this side of the kitchen, so all I have is this side to go, which I think is the perfect amount to show you guys how I do it. I have the ladder up, a Hallmark Christmas movie on. Let me go ahead and show you guys how I do it. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how I actually adhere the garland to my cabinets. So I use these command hooks right here, these exact ones. So we're going to pretend like this is the front of the cabinets, and I'm doing this because there is a certain way I do adhere the command hooks that makes a difference. If this was the front of the cabinets, I position the command hook like this so that the hook is facing this way. Therefore, if I want the garland to swoop in front of my cabinets, it can swoop and connect behind the hook and then swoop. So that is how I adhere it. Now, what I do actually is typically when we hang it, you put the thing on the back like this, but we're gonna put it on the back upside down so that it doesn't stick out in front of your cabinet. So when we set it down, you don't see the little tab right here. Zoom in, and you can see exactly how it adheres. Now, putting it like this is also important for another reason, and that is when you go to take the garland down. So let's say you had it up, it was Christmas time, you had a good time, now it's time to take everything down. What I do is, instead of taking off the whole entire hook and then having to replace them all down the next year, I just simply take the hook part off like this. It just snaps and slides right off. And then you're left with the back right here that connects to there, and it's flat, so no one sees it. So our cabinets are up high. You can't see this peeking through at all. Then I just leave this up all year round, and then come Christmas time next year, so I don't have to re-measure, put up everything, I just go ahead and snap it back on and then hang my garland. Oh, Christmas time is done, take off my hooks. The last thing I'm gonna say about this is the tabs have lasted on top of my cabinets for a good 3 years. By year 4, the tabs were losing its stickiness and I had to replace them all. But it was nice that I already had them marked, so I know where to put them. So I'm just letting you guys know that the stickiness in these lasts for about 3 years. Now I wanna show you guys what kind of garland I use. So this is my favorite garland right here. I get it from Michael's. I think it's around 6 feet long. And the thing I like about it is the tips on it are plasticky, or they're made out of plastic, and I like it because I think it makes it look really realistic and it's easy to handle. This just popped off. Let me put it back on. The only thing about this is I do think it looks a little thin for what I would use it for, because it's gonna go in my kitchen where I have higher ceilings and taller cabinets. I just like a more substantial look. So what I do is simply double it, and doubling it gives me the look that I want. However, if you're going for maybe more of a farmhouse look, or you just want a more wispy looking garland, using this on its own I think is just as lovely. So the next thing I'm gonna do, once I put 2 of these up on top of my cabinets, I'm then gonna take a 3rd garland, and this I got from Michael's too a couple years ago, and I'm gonna weave it in between both the greener garlands. And I'm doing that because my Christmas tree is flocked this year, so I just think that this will add a nice looking element to it and help tie in the flocked Christmas tree so it'll look more like frosted garland. The reason why I kind of put together my own garland every year using this as the base is just because I like different looks. Some years I just like the green garland, other years I'll weave things in it. Now I am also going to light them. Before I talk about the lights, I want to mention this green wire right here. I do use some of this when I adhere this garland to the command hooks. On some of the hooks, I feel like it needs a little extra support and help, so this may come in handy. I don't need it on all of them, but I do on some of them when I hang it. Now then, after I get all the garland up, I like to add the lights. and these are the lights that I use. These lights are battery operated and they come with 2 different timer options and twinkle options. And I got them from QVC. They're from the brand called Bethlehem Lights. I got these a few years ago. However, they do have a newer version up on the website right now. So I'll go ahead and link that below for you guys in case you're interested in it. This does last me the whole season without replacing the batteries, which is really nice. I don't have plugs on top of my cabinets or anything, so that's why I use this. Now you might be thinking, Steph, you're crazy. I don't want to have to do that much work to put up garland in my house, and that's okay. I have an option for you too. It's this garland right here. This garland is actually from Bethlehem Lights as well. It's 12 inches thick. This is indoor-outdoor garland, and it's pre-lit with batteries, so you don't have to worry. Here's the battery. And it comes with a little remote control actually that you can turn it on and off, and it has twinkle options and everything. So this is really nice in case you just want a one and done and keep it easy and simple, and you don't want to switch it up every year, or you don't want to add all the layers like I do. So we're at the top of my cabinets, and I have the command hooks here. I have one right there. I have one on this corner right here, and then one on the back corner right there. I'm up on the counter. I have the garland. Let's put it up. First one's up, second one to go. I also want to give you guys a little tip real fast. I always hang the second garland a little bit higher than the first garland. This way it won't weigh down and get in the way of me opening the cabinets, and it also makes it look a little bit fuller. So that's just a little trick I use. Now that I have all the garland up, I'm gonna get down, look at it, see what needs to be fluffed, get back up, fluff it, get down, and do that until it's just right, and then I'll put the lights on. And it won't take too many zhuzhings, if you know what I mean. And I'm trying to spread this out throughout the whole garland so it just doesn't look like it's one strip. So this side is all fluffed and done. I'm gonna continue to fluff this side, and then I'm gonna come back and show you guys how I do the lights. So now it's time to hang the lights, and I have a tip for you in doing so. And this also applies to the garland, so I should probably share this earlier. But whenever you're hanging your garland or your lights, it's best to start in the middle of your garland and lights of where you want to place them in your garland. This way you know it's going to be even on both sides. So you start with the center, hang it in the center, and then it'll be even on either side. Now that's not exactly going to be the case right here because we're going to have a lot of lights left over. So I'm just going to string the lights, and then when I'm done, I'm actually going to run them in here. This is the cabinet right here. So I'm going to run them in here along and then put them up against a shelf so that they will all be hidden nicely in the cabinet. And this will be in the cabinet, so I'll be able to set it easily. Now I'm all done hanging the lights, as you guys can see. Now you probably saw this in the video, but I ended up hooking up the lights also on the command hooks. I forgot to say that. So hook up the lights on your command hooks, and then you can easily intertwine them into the garland. Now if you notice, what I also try to do with the lights was put some on the top and at the bottom so that the lights look like that they're spread throughout the garland. That's important also to note. And then I try to tuck it in and put like branches in front of the wires and things like that so that it kind of like is in there, but make sure that the lights were sticking out. And we are done. This is the final product. I think that this side came out looking like this side, which is the goal, right? I am so glad I could share with you guys all my tips and tricks on how I put up my garland. Subscribe if you want to know how I decorate my Christmas tree. I would love to share that with you and everything I know about decorating a Christmas tree. Let me go ahead and share with you guys though this light situation, like I said I would. The extra lights are hanging down there, go all the way down to right here. We could easily turn them on and off or set them on a timer. No one knows that all the extra lights are in there. It works out great. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a comment below if you found this helpful, and I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye guys. I just realized that I have fake snow all over my face. Not cute.
Merry Christmas, baby. Sure did.